Based on a true story, this is the case of Dorothea Puente in Sacramento, California. During the 1980s, she appeared as an elderly grandmother figure with soft eyes, silver hair, and a slow, careful walk, the kind of neighbor people trusted without hesitation. But behind the doors of her boarding house on F Street, something far darker was unfolding. Dorothea ran a boarding house for elderly and vulnerable tenants, collecting their Social Security checks while promising care and shelter. But many residents would never leave alive. Investigators began noticing missing persons reports tied to her address. When police searched the yard, they discovered shallow graves containing bodies of elderly boarders. The discovery shocked Sacramento. Neighbors recalled strange visitors and a foul, lingering smell. Dorothea remained calm, insisting she was innocent, even as suspicion grew. She was accused of poisoning tenants and cashing their benefit checks after their deaths. The investigation revealed a calculated pattern of exploitation and murder. In court, she was convicted of multiple murders and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Families wept as truth emerged from years of silence. Behind bars, she maintained a quiet, unsettling composure that contrasted sharply with the horror attributed to her. Dorothea Puente died in prison in 2011, leaving behind one of the most disturbing true crime cases in American history. Investigators later described her boarding house as ordinary from outside, but inside, it concealed tragedy and deception. Detectives said victims were society's most vulnerable individuals who trusted her care. She used that trust to isolate and exploit them for financial gain before their deaths. The trial revealed how easily vulnerability can be manipulated when kindness is weaponized. Even after conviction, her calm demeanor unsettled observers who struggled to reconcile appearance with reality. She spent the rest of her life in prison, and her story remains a haunting reminder that danger can hide behind familiar faces until exposed by justice and investigation. The case continues to be studied in true crime documentaries as investigators reflect on how such crimes went unnoticed for years. The boarding house itself became a symbol of hidden danger, where trust was quietly traded for control and survival. Neighbors later admitted they ignored warning signs because she appeared harmless, like a grandmother tending to her home. Investigators emphasized that her victims were often forgotten by society, elderly people with limited support systems whose absence went unnoticed for too long. The courtroom hearings brought long-awaited closure for families who had waited years for answers. Journalists described the atmosphere as chilling because her calm expression never changed, even when confronted with devastating evidence. She ultimately became known as the boarding house killer, a name that still echoes today.